The island of Jersey, part of the British Isles, but nearer to France than England, and well known as a tax-free haven for the wealthy and a much-loved tourist destination. A fascinating history, particularly in wartime, mixed with a natural beauty hard to match. Jersey doesn't spring to mind as a World Championship sporting venue, but in 2008, the world of Kenpo Karate has descended on St Helier, featuring over 1,000 competitors from 25 different countries.
We were selected as a country about 2 years ago to 3 years ago, and it was chosen out of Long Beach in California, Las Vegas and Sydney. So we were very pleased to be announced that Jersey would be the chosen venue, which is fantastic. We're really delighted because Jersey is a perfect setting, over 1,000 competitors with a huge venue. The championship itself, and outside of it had 3,500 people from over 26 countries. So it's amazing. And the influence of the great Grand Master, which we were really delighted, and I'm really excited by the presence of Mr. Parker's son, with all those senior black belts coming from all over the world, from the 26 countries. And that's a wonderful achievement to get everyone under the same roof, and all Americans especially are delighted by the presence of so many greats.
Kenpo Karate is split into numerous forms or sections, spanning all ages and all levels of ability. Having competed in their respective classes, the winners come together to compete for the junior and senior Grand Champion title. And we join the action with the juniors, where I'm joined by 6th degree professor and student of Kenpo, Andy Seetherton. Welcome to the Queen's Hall at Fort Regent St Helier. Andy, these young ladies, they've already won their event and they're now performing in the Grand Champion junior section, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, they're playing off for the Grand Championship position.
Now, what are the judges looking for in this performance?
Well, obviously this section is a team form event, so obviously they're looking for the three girls to stay as close together as possible in timing, but they're also looking for things such as good posture, good balance, accuracy, speed, angle of attack, and combat effectiveness, because this actually is a variant of a form in Kenpo known as short form 3, and that form is a combat effective form which needs to be done with explosive power.
Now, these girls come over from America. They were part of our demonstration at the opening ceremony.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, they were part of the United States Kenpo demonstration team, which are out of Delaware. Their instructor is Kathy Owens. Recently, I believe they actually did perform at the Philadelphia baseball stadium in Baltimore.
So we're looking at some of the best juniors in the world here.
Oh yes, definitely. These guys, for the demonstration alone, trained every week solidly for 12 months to get the demonstration up to the scratch and to the standard it was. Now they're finishing up with additional salutation, and then they'll wait for the judges' score.
Olivia Carels from Belgium, the individual weapons champion. Andy, what are we looking for here?
Well, again, we're looking for basically the same things we had in the team forms, but obviously she's got the added discipline of using a weapon, and the weapon she's using is known as a Chinese broadsword. She has to show good control with this weapon and not allow it to control her, basically. It's very, very light, although it is made of metal. It's not a sharp weapon because this is obviously a training situation. So she's got to keep the weapon moving, she's got to keep it fluid, and she's got to show that she dominates the weapon and not the other way around.
Great deal of fitness required for an event like this.
Yes, there is. There's a great deal of fitness and a great deal of training. Stretching obviously is a very, very big part of this, enabling the person to get the kicks up high, and obviously the muscle control as well.
I'm joined by Emma Crossley. Emma, tell us, how old are you?
I'm 9.
And how long have you been doing karate?
I've been doing karate nearly 3 years now.
And do you enjoy it?
Oh, very much.
And obviously this is a big championship for you to take part in. And Roy, who teaches you, is the man who's behind this whole championship. So how's it gone so far? Tell us what you've done and how you've done in it.
Well, I've done 4 events First of all, I did my individual form and I got gold for that, which I'm very proud of. Second is my team form, which unfortunately I got silver with my friend Jasmine. Third one I did was creation form, and I got gold for that as well. And then last but not least was my weapons, and I got gold for that as well.
And just tell me, because you've got a little ambition, haven't you, today? Something you've got your eye on. Just tell us what it is.
Well, there's this huge trophy that is going to be given to the best person that's participating, and I'm going for that one. I really want it.
And here is Emma trying to become the grand champion.
Yes, well, this young lady is something else. I mean, at 9 years of age, and she performs like a seasoned professional. Power, grace, explosive power. Her accuracy, excellent. Even her facial expressions give you the impression of saying, don't mess with me. I know what I'm doing.
And how good could she become?
Oh, well, I mean, that's really down to her. If she's got the ambition, and I've got no doubt she's got the ambition, she could go all the way. I mean, 9 years old and she's performing this well. Who knows? I should imagine the martial art world's her oyster at the moment.
And a great favourite of the home crowd.
Oh, yeah, they love Emma. She's quite a character. She's very confident. She knows what she can do, and things she may have difficulty with, she practices until she can do them perfectly. And I know Mr. McDonald is very, very proud of her.
And does she stand a chance of taking this Grand Champion Award?
Well, I think she stands a very good chance. Seeing her perform now like this, I've seen seasoned professionals who have difficulty with this form she's doing, and she's just blasting it away. Very, very stylish.
Fantastic performance.
Completely focused.
So next up is Shannon Brown, an individual form champion from earlier on.
Yeah, this young lady was one of the group of three we saw taking part in the teams form event. She's now performing our short form 3.
Now, we've heard many times this morning the terminology form.
Yeah, form is our terminology for what most people know as a kata, which is basically a form of shadow boxing where you can train without a partner. The basic principle is shadow boxing, the same as a boxer would use as a training aid.
And the different forms are different routines or different ways of demonstrating that?
Yes, they each one has its own agenda of training, but the higher the form goes up in numbers, the more difficult the form becomes. It starts at a short form 1 and ends at long form 8. And obviously the higher up they get, the more difficult they get and the more intricate they become.
Katie Brown from the USA. Now, this is another individual form competitor. Why are there more than one individual form winner?
Well, we have the different age groups. This is an under 13 years of age group. And we can't have, obviously, everybody performing in the same age group or category because it would be far too big, and it would not be fair on the smaller and younger competitors.
Quite an aggressive routine.
Yeah, very explosive. This form is very snappy. She's very fast. Good kicks. Her hand strikes are strong. They're fast. They go into the right angles. Very, very sharp indeed.
And again, fitness to the fore.
Yeah, very, very fit. It's surprising how much energy these things do actually take.
And the judges duly decided to award Emma the title of Junior Grand Champion, along with the extra large trophy she so badly wanted.
I feel really, really proud of myself. I'm just so glad I won.
And you've already got 3 golds and a silver today, so where's this going to go when you get it home?
It's probably going to go top of my shelf.
And how did you feel? Just describe for us, because it was very intense coming to that. There were 5 of you all competing for it, so just describe how it felt to you.
I felt very nervous, but I kept saying to myself in my heart that I could do it, and I believe in myself a lot. So you just give it all you got and hope for the best.
Well, hopefully we've given you a good taster of what Kempo Karate is all about. Join us again when we'll have more action from the arena. Welcome back to Jersey. We've still got our Grand Masters to be crowned, so let's go back to the arena and find out what's happening. Just tell us a bit about your dad, if you wouldn't mind, and fill people in, because obviously a lot of people are new to the sport. They're coming in, especially from the British angle, who might not know that much about your father, Ed Parker.
My father was born and raised in Hawaii, and he was in Hawaii before Hawaii became one of the states. He moved up to the United States from Hawaii when it was still a territory, and wound up being labeled as the first person to bring martial arts to the United States. From there, he became an author, and he started Bruce Lee in the film industry and Chuck Norris in the film industry, and he bodyguarded for Elvis Presley for a time being, and as a result, it got his name out there in his martial arts system, and it is it's said that he has influenced over 2.7 million followers around the planet.
How does it make you feel looking at all these hundreds of competitors that have come here today, almost in memory of your father and what he did for everyone?
Every time I'm humbled by the experience, because I think we all go home and we're just normal people. Our heart beat the same and everything else, and then we pop our heads out from time to time to go to an event, and then you become humbled. Especially, I'm very humbled by the experience. I'm sure as you've gone around today, you've seen the amount of enthusiasm and the amount of countries. I think we've got 19, 20-something countries represented here. And, I remember when my dad had 50 students. And to see this kind of a legacy is nothing more than just a humbling and an honorable experience to be a part of.
So first up in the senior grand champion competition is Marcel de Jong and the weapons champion.
Yeah, Marcel, he's a staff specialist, and the staff he's using today is a 5-foot staff known as a Joe. And
I've asked before, what are we looking for here?
Again, we're looking for speed and accuracy, good show of control over the weapon, making sure that he can move it around his body without catching his foot, catching his arm, anything like that to obstruct its movement. He's got to keep it going, keep it flowing, show a good lot of aggression, good lot of speed, and a good lot of agility.
Now, we don't see any scores at the moment. The judges don't give their scores until the very end of all the performances.
Yeah, this section is slightly different from what's been going on for most of the day, because the scores are given to get the participants to this position, the gold medalists, and then the panel of black belts make a decision on who they feel is the winner of the championships.
Fantastic performance.
Yeah, excellent, as usual from Marcel.
Ready? Joined by Marcel, who's just picked up a beautiful shiny award. Congratulations, you won the weapons kata. How are you feeling?
Very good, very good. It's always a good feeling to win.
Have you done lots of winning so far?
This is the fourth time that I won a first place in the World Championship.
Wow, that's an amazing achievement, and we saw you with your staff, certainly going for it. Can you just talk us through some of the things that you were doing, some of the hardest moves that you were doing?
What I was doing at the beginning, I learned in China when I was training there. I've been there for a month training, and took that from there. That's the beginning of the martial arts, so I thought it's good to have that in my form. And for the rest, it's parts of the different staff forms we have in the Kempo system. And for me, the hard parts are the high jump and the kicks. As you grow older, they get more difficult.
Wow, and who's your teacher?
My teacher is Mr. Hans Hesselman from the Netherlands.
And are there lots of people in the Netherlands that are starting to do Kempo?
I'm running my own school together with my wife, and we've been doing that for a year now. We've got 30 students now. So one of them is actually here, and the rest will be there next year.
Now, earlier on we saw the juniors performing their senior individual form.